Hi class, how are you? I hope that each and every one of you are doing well this week as classes get started. I wanted to take a couple of minutes, probably a little more than a couple of minutes, to explain and introduce the class to you all, as well as some of its procedures and policies, and to introduce myself to all of you. So, I am Professor Richard. I completed my Master's of Public Health at UNCG as well. So, I'm a Spartan too. While I was doing my master's, not only was I a TA, but I spent quite a bit of my time volunteering with a nonprofit organization that specializes in housing. I really took a very deep interest about a year before I completed my master's in the link between health and housing, and that was what I decided to specialize in, and that is what I currently work in. So I love what I do now, and I really enjoy getting to take public health into a realm that many people don't associate it with. Many people do not understand the link between public health and housing, and so I really enjoy that. So, outside of that, I teach this mental health course online. I love teaching this course. I really enjoy the interactions that I get to have with students and to hear their feedback about the assignments, especially the semester-long assignment that you will be doing that I'll talk to you about a little bit later. So, since we're on the topic of the course, I want to spend some time walking you through the syllabus. So the way that I teach this course is I teach it as a course that we will all work through week by week. So some students who are used to taking online classes are used to all of the materials opening up at one time, and then they're just allowed to navigate through it as they please, as long as everything gets done by a specific deadline. We won't be doing it that way. All of us will be in the same module, and a module will last about a week. We'll all be doing the same thing. We'll all be reading about the same things, and we'll all be interacting with each other. So do not get too excited and think that you'll be able to just kind of navigate through this course at your own pace, because we'll be working week by week together. So in our weeks, or our module weeks, they will start on Monday. I will open the module at about 4 o'clock on Monday morning. So every week you will have various assignments that will focus around the materials that we're reading for the week. So every week you will read a chapter or two out of your textbook. You may also have a video or some extra article readings that tie along into the materials. I will warn you now, there is a substantial amount of reading for this course, as well as a substantial amount of writing for this course. I really want you all to interact a lot with each other, so I have designed the course to give you that opportunity. So based on the readings and the video clips that you'll watch and interact with, you will complete a quiz every week. The quiz will be worth 10 points. The majority of the quiz will be multiple choice questions, but there will always be a short answer question in the quiz as well, because I want to get you all prepared for our final and midterm, which will be multiple choice and short answer questions. So I want you to get used to answering questions, both short answer and multiple choice. So the quizzes will be timed. You will have 20 minutes to complete every quiz. You can use your notes. You can use your book. Every week I will post the PowerPoint that's associated with the textbook's chapter, so you can use that. As long as you guys don't use each other, I am perfectly fine with you using any of your own personal materials to complete the quiz. 20 minutes is not a lot of time to answer a short answer or two questions, and do a set of multiple choice questions as well. So I really encourage you to be highly prepared to go into taking the quiz. Do not try to take the quiz without making sure that you have read and reviewed all the material for that week, because you don't want to spend most of your time flipping through the pages of your textbook or trying to surf through pages that have been downloaded on here for you to read. So be cognizant of that very short time period that you have. Please note in your syllabus, as you will see, not just for the quiz, but for all other assignments, there is no late work accepted in the course. I do not accept late work for any reason. So every week, the quiz will close at 11 p.m. on Sundays. It will not reopen for any reason. So you will have from Monday at 4 a.m. to read and review all of the materials until Sunday at 11 p.m. to get the quiz done. So you will have almost an entire week to get that done. You'll just be short a few hours of an entire week. So I expect you to get it done in a timely manner. In addition, you all will be doing discussion boards this semester. I have divided the course randomly into 10 discussion groups with 5 people in them apiece. You will be expected to interact with the discussion board at least 3 times a week. And the way that I have this set up is that every week in the discussion board, I will give you a prompt. That prompt might be a video that I found on YouTube or some other place on the web. It may be an article. It may be a poem. It may just be a question. But it will be there, and I might say something to you and ask you to respond in a certain type of way. So that will be your initial response. That response to the prompt that I have provided you. And you will have from Monday morning at 4 a.m. until Tuesday at 11 p.m. to get that initial response in. From that initial response, your classmates, or your group mates rather, will be able to respond to you, and you will respond to them. So you yourself will go around to the 4 other group mates' initial responses, and you'll respond to them. So you'll read their response and you'll give back some feedback, just like if you were talking in a small group in class. And I expect this to be a legitimate contribution to the conversation. So I do not expect to see responses to your group mates that are things like, "Oh yeah, I agree," or "That was really well written." I really expect for you to have a conversation with them, and I will be grading the quality of your responses. So you should make a meaningful contribution to the discussion. So instead of just saying, "I agree," say, "I really agree with the point that you made, because in my experience, I have da 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 da, and not only with that experience, but I also read in my course for psychology about such and such and such, and I really think that those points tie in together very nicely. But on the contrary, I think this as well, and I think we might need to explore this topic further." So be sure to take the time to make a meaningful post based on your group mates' initial response. That, again, as I said, I have not said actually, it is due on Fridays at 11 p.m. So be mindful of that Friday due date. From there, you will go back and respond to 2 people who responded to your initial post. So you will respond to something that they said about your post. So let's see if I can make this pretty simple for you and break it all the way down. Excuse me, in a way that's pretty easy to understand. So if you are person 1 in your group, by Tuesday at 11 p.m., you will have said something to respond to the post that I initially made. By Friday at 11 p.m., you will have gone to person 2, 3, and 4, and 5's initial response and said something to them about their response. And then by Sunday at 11 p.m., you will go back and read what people said to you and choose 2 of those and respond back to them. So it's a conversation. So you're kind of saying, hey, here's my opinion. Then you're going back and looking at everybody else's opinion and commenting on that. And then you go back and look at what people said to you and you comment to 2 of those things. And you have deadlines. Please note and understand that if you do not post your initial post, you completely forfeit half of your points because you cannot do the third portion. If you don't post an initial post, your classmates or your group mates rather cannot respond to your initial post, and therefore when you get to the third part of the assignment, you can't respond to 2 of them. So you automatically forfeit half of the points for the assignment. I cannot make people accountable for responding to you late. So if you get on there and you want to try to scurry and get something in late, you can't expect that your classmates or your group mates rather will respond to you. So you still likely will not be able to do part 3 of the assignment. So it is very important that you get the initial part of the assignment done on time so that your classmates have the opportunity to respond to you on time and you have the opportunity to respond back to them on time. So timeliness is very important. You will lose points for late submissions of any component of the discussion board. So outside of that, you will do a gratitude journal. And I really love the gratitude journals, and the students last semester, I did not have a single student out of 40 who said that they disliked the gratitude journals. Many of them said that they thought that it was busy work, and they, by the end of the semester, were just delighted with the things that they had written and the reflections that they had and found themselves as a more joyful person. So gratitude journals will be an opportunity for you to take the time once a week to write down something that brings you great joy, great happiness, or gratitude. You can write it down. You can sing about it. You can vlog about it. You can blog about it. You can scrapbook about it. You can collect pictures. I really don't care how you go about expressing this thing that makes you very happy, but you need to make sure that you create an entry every single week that's at least 100 words. And every week you will not turn in your gratitude journals. You will turn them in every few weeks at a checkup point for me to see that you're doing them, for me to read them, comment back to you to let you know if you're missing the mark a little bit or how you can go a little bit deeper into your gratitude journals. It's really a time for you guys to be self-reflective. There's a lot of research out there that says that people who keep gratitude journals have an increase in mood and resilience and things of that nature. And I have posted under the course information some tips about how to have a very meaningful experience with keeping gratitude journals, as well as some of the benefits of gratitude journals. So that is an assignment that you will do every week. So you just need to create one 100-word entry a week for that. You'll submit it every, I believe it's 4 weeks for a check-in, and then at the end of the semester, you'll submit the whole journal, so you should have 13 entries by that time, as well as a reflection where you'll talk about your experience of keeping the journal. So you'll get to tell me then how you thought it was busy work, but you really enjoyed it, because I expect each of you to enjoy it, and I really do sincerely hope that you all enjoy it. So finally, the last part of your assignments for this course will be 2 exams. You'll have a midterm and a final. The midterm and the final, as I mentioned when I was talking about the quizzes, they will be multiple choice and short answer. They are not cumulative, so you will take your midterm and it will be for modules 1 through 7. You will take your final and it'll be for modules 8 through 13. So you will not have to worry at the end about studying all the way back to from modules 1 through 7 as well. So the midterm and the final have due dates as well. They will close at 5 p.m. on their due dates, and they will not reopen for any reason. Additionally, you will have to take your midterm and your final with a proctor. Now, this semester, because you all are campus students, I have an extra option. I will post some times that I will be holding exam sessions where I will serve as the proctor. So it will be a time where you can come and take your test, with me as your proctor rather than scheduling through the UNC system to get a proctor. If you do not or cannot attend my proctoring session, your only other option is to go through the UNC system to get a proctor. Now, I will say this. The proctors are often not free, and it is often a hot commodity, the proctors that are in the Greensboro area. So you will need to be very, very diligent if you see that you cannot take the test with me to quickly find a proctor, or if you cannot find a proctor, to have someone go through the process to become a proctor. So that is a long process as well, and you will need to get started on it very soon, and there are a lot of criteria that that person must meet. So again, you have about 3 choices. You can take the test with me at my exam session, or you will go through the UNC system to schedule a time to be proctored. Now, the proctoring through the UNC system, you can either do it through the webcam on your computer, or you can go to a testing site. Again, it is not always free, and it is a hot commodity, so schedule early. If you cannot find a proctor in the area, which you should not have an issue with that, you can have someone to begin the process of becoming a proctor so that they can proctor you. So those are your options for taking the test. Anyone who does not take the test with a proctor will receive a 0. It is a requirement that you take the test with a proctor. So that is that on the assignments. You will see on your syllabus as well, our grading scale will be grading out of a 610 points. So as I said, you'll have the 10-point quizzes. The last quiz that you'll take, because it'll be 2 chapters, I will do that out of 20 points. You'll have the discussion board every week, which will be 20 points. You'll also have 2 exams, and you'll have the gratitude journals that will be graded. As you see, we work on a 10-point scale with A minuses and pluses and B minuses and pluses. So a plus minus scale and a 10-point scale. I really expect high level work from you all, and I will tell you that up front. I really expect high level work. I will give you my best, so I expect you to give me your best. I expect that every assignment, and I mean every assignment that you turn in which you use any other person's words, works, paraphrase, summarize, that you cite in APA format. It is consistent with the UNC policies to cite your sources. So cite your sources, APA 6th edition. I will give you some resources on to help you make sure that you are doing that correctly. People who do not cite, or if you submit a assignment and it's very obvious that there were some places in there that you did not cite, you will see that you will lose points or receive a 0 on the assignment. So please cite your sources to avoid unintentional plagiarism. Additionally, I want to spend a small amount of time talking to you all about your options for assistance in the course. I, as I said, work at a community-based organization, and I work there full time. So from 8:30 to 5:30, I'm at work, and before 8:30, I'm asleep. So you can email me anytime you'd like to let me know that you need some assistance. I am always available via email. Just give me 48 hours to respond to you, and I'll get back to you. You can use your email to tell me what's going on, or you can use your email to schedule a time to talk with me via telephone or on webcam or in person. I'm open to all 3 of those options. But I will say to you now that I am a stickler about email etiquette and professionalism. I really believe that as a professor, we should spend time making sure that all of our students blossom as professionals, because very, very soon you all will be out in the professional world. And email is the way that you communicate at work, and I really expect you all to be professional in your emails. Be mindful that everything does not need to go in an email, and that everything that you say, there is someone on the other end who's reading it and putting it in your voice and trying to decide what kind of tone you're using. So be clear about where you're coming from, and be mindful that I'm on the other end of that reading it, and I'm a person who's going to read into it in between the lines. So there will be a document posted for you to read through to understand the email etiquette that I expect from you and the professionalism that I expect from you. Emails that are sent that do not follow those guidelines will not be acknowledged by me. I will likely send you back the email etiquette document and ask you to rewrite your email following those guidelines. If you need any disability services, please let me know of the accommodations that you have. And please, for those of you who do not know, you can go and get registered with the Office of Accessibility Resources and Services. Again, I uphold the academic integrity policy of UNCG on cheating, plagiarism, misuse of academic resources, and that includes but is not limited to getting together in groups and doing the quizzes. That is not allowed, and I really expect you all to be very honest about that. Oh, I forgot to mention that for assistance, I will also open up a discussion board where you can go and put your questions, your general questions that you think that your classmates might benefit from hearing the answer to, or that they know the answer to. I'll get on there and respond to you all, but I really want it to be where you all are responding to each other to let each other know what is going on, and to help each other. Because if you were in a course together, if your classmate came up to you and asked you a question, you'd answer the question if you could. So I have the discussion board available to you all so that you can help each other answer questions. Now, please, again, recognize that I'm saying this is for general questions. This is not a place for you to discuss issues that are confidentiality, that have a lot of confidentiality to them. So I do not want you on there discussing your grades. I don't want you on there discussing any accommodations that you may need. Those are things that you need to talk to me about in my private emails. I also do not want it to be used as a station for complaining. So if you have an issue with me, with the course policies or anything of that nature, please bring it to me so that we can address it on a professional level outside of the eyes of others. So please bring that to me. You will see your course schedule down there at the very end. This is going to be the general guidelines of how we'll go. Sometimes I'll switch the readings up and you'll see that on your Canvas, but really you'll rely mostly on your Canvas to navigate through the course. It will go module by module, open up, and everything that you need to read will be right there. I will not make it where you will have to go and search for anything. So everything will be right there. So that is about it. I told you I'd take a couple of minutes, but it's been a couple, more like 23. So I am really delighted to be teaching this course again. As I said, I really enjoy teaching this course. I really enjoy interacting with the students. So I hope that you all enjoy the course just as much as I do, and that this is a time where we can all learn and grow together, and that we can really enjoy and shed some light on some of the stigmas and misconceptions that many people have about mental health. I have a deep vested interest in shedding light on the very silent issue of mental health. Many people consider it very private, but until we can shed more light on it and educate more people about the stigmas that are associated with mental health and how we can avoid some of the issues that we're having with mental health and policy, we won't be able to change anything. So I am really excited to have you all here, and I hope that you all enjoy it. So I will talk to you soon. You'll see me again next week. I'll post videos like this, but they will be a lot shorter, just about at the start of every week, so that I can just keep you guys updated on what's going on, let you know about things, tell you about anything that's important that relates to your coursework. So also look out for announcements. I send out lots of announcements, so check those regularly. Talk with you soon. Have a great week. Bye.